Sometimes dead is better.
Why, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the podcast. It is I, Nate, as always, or am I? And with me is Charlie, or is he?
Dun, dun, dun.
And with Charlie is Pete, or so we both think.
I never think that.
Gentlemen, what's happening? It's me, I swear. I'm not going to take a blood test, though.
I'm the real Nate, I promise.
No, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah. I am not the real Charlie. I'll just go ahead and say it. It's totally fine.
You've been a pod person for a very long time. Hey, I'm curious. What if the pod people from Invasion of the Body Snatchers meet up with the Thing from Another World? How does that work between the two?
Be
what
interesting.
an interesting mashup that would be.
That's akin to lifting up the skirt, right? Just to see what they're dealing with.
I feel like that would be a great Fox Studios movie, The Thing.
No,
versus
they
the Body
screwed up
Snatchers.
Predator versus Alien, so I'm not letting them.
And we'll make it PG-13, and we won't have any aliens in it at all, actually.
None.
Could we trust the Asylum with it, and they could do all this terrible CG and call it something like The Body Thing?
The body. Don't Google that. That's all
the thing with another body.
Invasion of the Thing.
The body with
Don't
the
you tell me what to Google.
You're not the king of Google. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm an adult. I know the consequences.
They would pump that thing out so quickly too. It would beat it before the real studio one.
Yeah.
In theaters, so
yes.
and we'd all be like, "How do they do it?"
Nate, we got to work on phrasing. You use the word pump and beat and thing all in one sentence.
I think Nate is nailing this conversation.
I think I know what I'm doing.
He plowed right through all that, all the words.
The English will pay all of their pounds to watch it. That was a stretch. I tried. That was a stretch. We'll get distribution at Pound Town, which is their dollar store. Stop it. All right. What movie are we doing tonight, Nate?
The Thing.
The Thing from Beyond or 1982's The Thing?
Oh, 82?
I think that's what it is. 1982's
Yes, 1982, John Carpenter's masterpiece, The Thing.
Oh, man.
Not 2011.
No.
The Thing?
No. I think that's
I
just
need to
called...
go check my text messages real quick.
No. You can all say you don't bother. I honestly think people should watch that one, but we can
11. Okay, we'll talk about that later. I don't
know. Yeah. But yeah, we're doing John Carpenter's The Thing, man. Nate, you're like shooting our shots all this year. Are we going to have anything left to cover next year?
Well, the original plan was to do that Goldberg movie where he's Santa Claus killing people, right?
Yeah, we thought about it because
it's so good.
And I was really doing everything I could to get away from doing that movie.
Yeah. It's like, well, we could do, I'm like, we got to do a horror like Christmas theme because this is going to be our basically our horror Christmas. Our action one lands closer to Christmas, so we'll have our action Christmas episode coming out next. But Nate's like, well, let's do The Thing because it's cold and there's snow. And I'm like, all right, man. And then
it's the only time I watch The Thing every year is like when we have snow on the ground. Now, unfortunately, no snow has hit yet.
No,
we've had some very cold mornings.
Mm-hmm. There is snow on the ski slope over in Bell Fountain, a Mad River Mountain.
Don't they make their own snow though?
You're damn right they do.
No, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does. There's snow.
It does not count as snow. That is man-made corporate made snow.
That's corporate snow.
Yeah, that's corporate snow.
We don't deal with their. We want artisanal snow.
I don't deal with big snow.
The big snow. Well, to all our Buffalo listeners, they're like, guys, we just really want you to shut up talking about snow
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
true.
We got truckloads we can ship to you if you want them.
God,
I'm going to rain on your parade a little bit, Nate. So the John Carpenter's The Thing took place on the South Pole. The original Thing from Another World was at 52, Charlie, something like that.
Something like
52,
that.
53,
Something like that. That actually took place on the North Pole, which is, of course, where Santa Claus is. So the original is much more akin to the holiday season than this one. So you fail. Sir.
Yeah, but there's snow on the ground this one.
Fail.
Yeah, but there's snow on the ground. That's how I correlate Christmas is snow.
Snow.
That's
What if you're in
literally it.
Well, it's not holly jolly, but let's get something to get ourselves in the mood for The Thing. Let's bust out this trailer real quick, and then we'll hit it hard right after.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it, or hear it, or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? He can beat one of those things!
There you go, man. There's your trailer.
I need to see that trailer because I was like, what the hell's going on?
It's actually a pretty good trailer. The original one has like this whole big like intro montage that spells out the thing like slowly, and then it rolls into the word. So I cut that part out, but yeah, it shows all those scenes and then just rolls into like the radio static as it says like, you know, done by John Carpenter and stuff like that. So it was a good one. I like that trailer. And I like this movie. I'm just really, really scared we're not going to have any ooey gooey movies left to cover.
Oh, we will find other ooey gooey movies.
Yeah, but of this caliber is what I'm worried about because
yeah,
we've been going hard, man. I mean, since
we
Halloween.
Really want goo to run, not the blood, but the goo.
God, man. Between goo and bangers, man, this is.
It doesn't get more banging goo than the ew.
It doesn't.
I oohed myself.
You oohed your own self. Good job, Pete.
I did. There
hey,
you go,
Kathleen. Pete,
That hasn't happened in a while.
Pete
I
finally
myself
oohed himself. This is like peak horror, sci-fi, practical effects, guys. Like seriously,
this is amazing to me every time I watch it. That it does not look bad, like ever. Like it,
no.
You know, like this is that pure definition of like what an imagination can bring you.
This is what working for an entire year, pushing yourself into the exhaustion, double pneumonia, and sleeping on set gets you when your special effects guy is that insane. And that's what Rob Bottin did for this movie.
Certifiable.
Like, it's even crazier. Like he was 22.
Yeah,
you know,
yes,
like, a kid.
He's got no business being this good, and he is that good. It's incredible what he did, and it's there's something to be said. And I haven't seen the new one, and I always gripe on CG because CG just isn't scary to me. It's impressive and sometimes beautiful, but not scary. When you can act against a physical thing, you get much more out of your actors, and you get much more out of the sets. Where as that dog, even though that dog didn't look like a dog, and split open, I don't care because it looked awesome. That would look too real, and I would have been, I'm bored. Looks like Stranger Things. Blah blah blah. Not
Well, it's like
interested.
it's so gross. Like it's as I was watching it again, it was like when the thing is like spraying like the hose on the dog, like whatever
The
that's
silly
it's
string
liquid.
of doom.
No,
Yeah,
it was Twinkie is what it was.
It's just
I'm not
like,
joking. It was Twinkie. It was the stuff that Twinkie is made out of.
cool
And
stuff will survive anything.
which right. But according to John Carpenter on the commentary, it was completely harmless. It is edible, maybe not delicious, but edible. And
Well, they were spraying it on a live dog, so I'm sure they
Yes.
had to take concern.
Yeah.
You know, like
PETA was there on set as that scene was happening, so everything's cool with
Yeah.
the dogs. The dog was pissed, but
Yeah.
eh,
yeah,
relative-
no
as you're, like,
dogs were harmed. Just
watching
this
uncomfortable.
unfold,
no dogs are harmed at all whatsoever.
it's completely horrific to see happen. You're just like, oh no, just you know.
Yeah.
And like as it's splitting itself further and further, and like even having those giant alien hands like breach the ceiling and
Mhm.
pull itself up, it's nothing short of just like mastercraft, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, it's a movie that no matter how many times I watch it, I feel like I can see something new
Oh, for
or,
sure.
you know,
Oh,
find some-
definitely.
because even in this viewing, for the first time, I'm going, wow, you almost kind of can start figuring out what the alien truly looks like. You know, it's definitely going to be kind of insectoid because it always has the 6 legs that would pop out when it tries to make an escape or when it comes out of the dog. You know, then you have the 3-handed claw that comes up and punches through the ceiling. So even whenever you see the creature at the end, which is, you know, the Blair monster, because half
Right.
of it is, you know, Wilford Brimley, you
Right.
still kind of see what the creature kind of is. You know, even though it is like a virus almost, but I think there's a form. You know, because
Oh no, there's definitely a form because
yeah.
it has to fly a spaceship, which I
Right.
still want to know how it flies that UFO.
It looks like the little dude from Men in Black that was inside that dude's head.
That's gotta
Yeah.
be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An interesting fan theory is that the creature, as it's coming, as we're talking about, as it springs forth from the dog, and you've got
Yeah.
the 3-fingered hands and tendrils and whips and whatever else, a variety of jaws, I suppose.
Mm.
One of the theories is that it's gathered bits and pieces from all the assimilated creatures that it has
Ever come in contact with.
encountered,
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that.
which means does it have maybe the question is,
form.
what is the original form? Maybe it doesn't have, is it an amorphous blob that attached itself to a spider thing, and that's where it gets some of its legs, and then it gets to an octopus. And it was a very interesting theory that I read somewhere, that the reason you get this cornucopia of, oh shit, you know,
Right.
all these different limbs and things happening, is that the actual creature is displaying all of its pieces and parts that it's collected over the years, trying to escape, or
Especially
defend
when it's
itself.
under stress.
Under stress.
basically.
Yeah, it
whenever
had
it
just
does it.
it's not comfortable where it is right now. It's in a cage. It's trying to escape. So it just literally turns itself inside out and tries to get
Yeah.
the heck out of there.
Which
Uh,
that makes more sense for whenever it turns into the head that tries to
Mhm.
run away. It doesn't use the eyeballs from the head. The eye stalks pop up out of the neck portion, and then it has eyes. That kind of makes sense. It just kind of, because that was another thing. And we're going to be all over the place with this one, but
Oh, for
we're
sure.
talking about the special effects and kind of the thought process. This was kind of like no rules whatsoever, because they do say like the alien was eating like one of the dogs and digesting it and becoming it. Well, whenever the one guy, you know, does that where he has the heart attack and everything and the head falls off, you're like, why is the head alive when another head already come up out and was hanging from the ceiling? You know, so it like there's no rules. Like maybe it just took over that head part.
I think
and,
that's where you get into like the science of like cell splitting or something like that, you know?
right.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
I mean, and it just, all it does is just open up more questions about it, and nothing that's like, oh, I'm gonna debunk all this. No, it just makes it more interesting to me.
I think it
really
makes
start.
it more terrifying because it's just like this thing should not exist, but it does,
Well,
and
it
it's
can't exist in
able
our
to do any of
brains.
this.
It is so very alien to how we perceive the universe that
Yeah.
it makes zero sense, and it doesn't adhere to any of our laws that we have. I don't want to
That
say
we know about.
created, but that
Yeah.
we have observed and are able to continually repeat. I mean, that's science. If you can a repeatable experiment.
Now, with
Uh,
this theory that it has taken a little bit of each planet that it's visited and has morphed into something not recognizing to its original form, does that mean that each planet it visited there was a version of Wilfred Brimley trying to stop it?
I would hope.
I
I would
so.
hope so, that there's like
Every
some
planet out there
alien like
needs
ape
a Wilford
that
Brimley.
is yes.
But they all have to have diabetes.
They all have an axe, and they're
they
all
eat-
smashing everything and just wasting their bullets.
axes, and they eat oatmeal, and they have diabetes,
Yep.
and a glorious mustache.
The other thing about this is, like, I know they're going off of. They're kind of actually not even copying the original movie. They went
No.
more towards the book because the book is more They're more faithful to the book than the Thing from Beyond.
Interesting.
But one thing I feel like even this movie could, I don't know, it could kind of play with your mind. Take the alien part out of this, and the movie still kind of works. Like they found a frozen, virus or bacteria or something from.
You're dipping your toe into blob territory here.
Yeah, well, I mean, even Blob kind of came from space, But
the remake was a virus that the government created that was in space and came back to Earth.
This is true.
But the original came in an actual meteorite.
The original was not a pod person, but yes, it was
an
actual alien creature. Yeah,
yeah. So you get and that works too. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like it doesn't have to be extraterrestrial. Like I would buy this even terrestrial. If it's just this thing, it's what wiped out the dinosaurs. Kind of mentality, and then it's just frozen in whatever was left. Because we don't see what it was frozen as. They just take it out. Now they play with that a little bit later in the 2001 one where they unfreeze it, or 2011, not 2001. So we get that prequel. This is the only thing I'm going to say about the 2011 one, and we'll not.
This is the remake you're talking, or the prequel you're talking?
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh,
2011 is a prequel called The Thing.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So that movie, while everyone shits on it because of the CGI, all I will say is when they filmed it, they had all practical effects. Everyone working on the movie, everything they're reacting to in the movie was practical.
Okay.
Studio got involved and made them overlay CG over all of the effects.
Yeah. Studio got so involved that the director refused to work with Hollywood ever again because I think he's from Norway.
And completely pissed off the special effects company that was involved with it. So while I've always said I like the story of it, and I always felt let down because of the effects, knowing that they did it true, to the correct way, I can almost kind of forgive it a little bit and be like, I can at least enjoy the story now, knowing they at least attempted to do it the correct way.
It was a cool idea because you're basically taking the same exact story, but just showing a different outpost. And it was cool to see that the end of that movie is the beginning of this movie.
Yeah, who doesn't want to see what the Norwegians went through?
Yeah, they literally roll right into that. And I like Elizabeth Weinstead too. So I think she killed it in that movie.
I love her. Yeah.
I'm sold. I'll go watch it.
Yeah. So Pete, just watch it.
It's not great. It's not terrible. It's one of those like, that happened kind of thing. That's the best way to put it.
Nate, we had him sold and you screwed it all up right there.
I got a lot of movies to watch.
You go to the library and you get it. All right.
I will do that because I'm not going to spend money on this.
It's on the Plex, guys. It's on the Plex.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
there you
That's
go.
even easier.
All right.
Maybe this is just my own stupidity. It is my own stupidity. I always thought John Carpenter wrote this one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, completely blew my mind that he was not the one. It was the guy that wrote the Bad News Bears, and then that dude did nothing else. He did two bangers though. I gotta say,
Yeah, Bad News Bears is a pretty good movie.
I do love the Bad News Bears.
John Carpenter turned this down. He was
Toby Hooper
pitched.
was.
Yeah, so John Carpenter was pitched. They didn't want to take a chance because he was an independent filmmaker. Yet they went with Toby Hooper, who was an independent filmmaker.
Yeah, that makes zero
he
sense.
started it. Studio didn't like his direction, where he was taking the story, got rid of him, tapped John Carpenter. John Carpenter said no. They had him read the original book, the short story it's based off of. He goes, okay, I'm interested. He came on, and then because of production stalls, he left again. Yeah. What thought he was going to get his Western done with Louis Gossett Jr. That got stalled.
I would watch
And
the
he
hell
went-
out of that movie.
And then he went back to the thing and did the thing.
I swear that man has always been stubborn, and I love him for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the
That man has always been a grumpy old man.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, and then
It's
it's a
charming
flop.
though. He if you were
Yeah.
to remake the movie Up, I would cast John Carpenter as the old man in Up.
Not Neil Gaiman. Boy, he's a famous curmudgeon too.
I don't know. I don't know what people think of him, but the guy that wrote Game of Thrones, that's the guy I would see.
George R.R. Martin. No, he's
George
delightful.
R.R.
What you're
Martin.
wanting is Alan Moore because he's another
Alan
grumpy
Moore.
man.
That's who I meant. Alan Moore. That is an epic curmudgeon. Oh boy.
Alan Moore would kick the kid off of the porch while it was in the air.
Oh,
That's
shut
what Alan Moore would do.
Get off
Then
my porch.
Write a best-selling graphic novel about it. No,
Mhm.
but so back to that is all of this, work and passion and headache and everything, and the movie flops. The movie
heartbreaking.
flops.
John Carpenter
Heartbreaking.
never
Majorly.
catch a break.
It went up against E.T. for heaven's sakes.
It did. It did.
Like E.T. was what, a week or two before or after? I mean, it was like
within a week, I think it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you do, man? What else? There were a couple that month that came out that were just like, if you're not E.T., you're not going to make any money.
Yeah, if you're not Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. How did no one go, maybe we shouldn't go up against the guy that invented summer blockbusters?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? This guy did Jaws.
The-
Let's wait a month.
Delay
This
3
movie's
months so it
opening
cools off.
weekend was $3 million. Like
Yeah.
this would
Oh,
tank
stab
anyone's
me in the-
career.
Sure.
And it was panned. It was not like no one went and saw it. It was shit on. Critics hated this movie. They called it dull. They called it this was probably where they wish they could have said gore porn like we did like in the later 2000s
Mhm.
because they were just like, this is just glorified gore in a movie. There's no substance to it. And now this is regarded as quite possibly one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Sure. Blade Runner was another movie that was released.
That's what it was. Blade Runner
Yeah.
came out too.
And Blade
That-
Runner
yeah.
also got
Oh,
shit
that was a
canned
flop.
because E.T. killed everything, including
Yes.
Atari.
Well, you gotta think how many like screens. E.T., you murderous bastard! You're the most violent alien, actually. I don't trust you. You want to go home so you can just destroy more shit.
Fun fact
I'm on the
is,
government side for once.
I can't say nothing. I was one of the kids that watched E.T., man. That was like,
Oh, yeah.
E.T. was life for a long time.
Oh well, I imagine if you were a 6-year-old that snuck into the thing.
Oh my God.
Forever
you're,
PTSD.
You're traumatized for the rest of your life.
Especially in 1982, pre-internet days, you were not ready for this.
This is one of those I really wish I could like go back and sit in that theater and just to not watch the movie, but watch the people.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how much they were talking about like Terrifier 2 and people are passing out and puking. I guarantee there was people actually doing that during
You're damn
the
right they
thing.
were.
Because watching this again is the first time I watched it in high def. And
Ooh.
I was
Same.
like, wow, there is so much more visual gore and gooiness to this movie.
There's more like droppings, right?
Oh my God.
You know?
Droppings. Ugh.
they uncover the dog after they carry it into the morgue room. I never knew there was like purple and blue goo coming off of it, not just the blood and the slime. I was just like, holy crap, this is way
the
more.
HD version of this for the first time ever. Because like I have
Yes.
the collector's edition DVD or whatever. I've just never
That's the one I
upgraded.
have. I have the
Nice.
collector's edition.
The DVD.
Voodoo,
The
Yeah.
DVD.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I own.
the Voodoo website, like you can scan the barcode of certain DVDs and like pay $5 to get the Blu-ray version digitally.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I just
interesting.
did that. I was like, oh, I want to finally see this like in an upgraded version. And like,
It was
yes,
on the
I realize a
Plex.
disc version would be better, but
Why didn't you
sometimes the
check
Plex
the
does,
Plex?
has stuff like edited. I didn't want to risk that.
There's no nudity in this. He doesn't edit anything.
I just
Yes, for
wanted to
those
make
that
sure.
don't know, Sludge, we have like a community like Plex server. If you don't know what that is, we just have a collection of movies, and Sludge curates it. And because his kids have access to it, he actually goes in and edits gratuitous nudity, some things that just shouldn't be in there. He doesn't want his kids to watch, but he doesn't really have a problem with gore. So
No,
it is still
that's-
pure gore in it. And Pete will love this. The movie Pete picked not too long ago, Slugs, has a fantastic kill involving a nude girl, and even Sludge went, I can't edit that. It's one of the best kills in the movie.
It's too good. That scene is way too
So
good.
I'm like, fair enough, thank you, sir. So it's like I immediately check, because Sludge will try and get the best version of a movie put on the Plex. So it was in HD when I was watching.
He'll find those are.
Yeah.
He'll find those versions are.
Do do ba da boo boo ba da.
You wouldn't steal a movie, would you? You wouldn't steal a car, would you?
You guys are idiots. I love it.
I have so thought about like recording that music, but I like when Nate does it, so I don't even do a drop anymore.
Nope.
I
Nate
should
needs-
just record his drop of it when we want to play it.
No way. I want it live every time.
You wouldn't steal a car.
The Plex is 100% legal though. You have to pay for Plex.
True.
Well,
But they do
he
like
does.
a lifetime.
I don't have to play for PEX.
I was gonna say he does. I don't pay for Plex.
Well, it's like
I can't
they just
talk
did a
to
Black
him.
Friday sale where it was like $50 for a lifetime membership.
I thought about doing it, and I saw how much work it was. I was just like, let's do it. I'm fine with it. All right, enough
When he was
about how we
redoing
watch.
a whole server.
Yeah, that was fun. Enough about how we watch movies here for the podcast. What else we got? So the special effects are the bread and butter of this.
Well,
Now,
number 2 reason why Nate's a dumbass. We gotta get to that part.
there was another part I didn't know.
Yeah.
How many parts are Nate is a dumbass are we gonna cover tonight? Because
I didn't realize
we'll be here for hours.
this was just a 2-parter.
Oh,
gonna say-
that's fair.
I have notes. So
Notes on my dumbassery.
I love you, Nate.
Nate's dumbassery. Yes, the well is deep.
A 3-novel adventure.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 2-parter today.
George
Add that
R.
in
R.
there.
Martin is writing it. So
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be
lot
epic.
of blood, a lot of nudity. It's all good for Nate's dumbassery.
Is
I love
Nate
it.
nude
What's-
or
Usually.
That you'll have to buy the book to
I'll buy
find
that
out.
book.
Pete.
I'll
Yep.
buy that book.
I drop dong in the book.
I'll direct the Netflix movie too.
Oh, it's gonna be the first.
I'm not
Netflix
casting
movie
you
that's
though.
NC-17.
Nate,
What are we talking about?
What's your second thing?
Oh yeah, Nate.
I didn't realize John Carpenter didn't do the score either.
Oh my
Right.
God, really?
Well,
Right,
just
that's-
from not
I
paying
was-
attention to it, and like it's a very moody John Carpenter-esque score.
It is.
I'm on board, Nate. When I watched this earlier this week, I was like, wow, this is a really good John Carpenter score. And then I find out he didn't do it. So
Oh.
Yeah, same.
I'm on the
And then
Nate
I find
dumbass
out-
bandwagon here.
But the
for this
person
one.
that did do the score, I don't remember their name. I'm not going to look it up. You can Google it. He actually got nominated for a Razzie for the score.
not for this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here it is. His score for this movie is 2 notes. That's it.
Hey, it's a damn good 2 notes. All right. I'm a simplistic guy.
That's they equate it to a heartbeat. So it does, change up in tempo and stuff like that. But it's 2 notes. Yeah.
It doesn't deserve a Razzie. It deserves like best score.
Any place that Carpenter didn't think his music was working well, he did go record his own like ambient sounds and tones to put into certain spots where it would work better. So it is still Carpenter influenced. And this guy really got into the mind of Carpenter, because literally what this was such a tremendous undertaking. Carpenter's like, I don't have time to write the music. But I have to think that once he got it, he goes, I had time to write 2 notes. You know what I mean? So there's still a lot of John Carpenter flavor. This is one of those where you say the thing, everyone immediately goes John Carpenter, but not everyone realizes he didn't write it. He didn't do the music to it. There was a lot of hands involved to make it
because it's titled as John Carpenter's thing.
Yeah.
So whenever you see that, it's like, all right, John Carpenter did everything.
It's because he just came off of a major blockbuster, basically, and did Halloween. Like, he was bankable money. Like, there was no reason this guy shouldn't have been like the next Spielberg. Where it didn't matter what the movie title was. If it said Steven Spielberg on it, it was going to make money. So they were hoping that John Carpenter, after Halloween, which was an independent movie on a stupid low budget, made a shit ton of money. And so they're like, yeah, give him the money, let him go. I mean, they spent a little over $1 million on the special effects for this movie.
Wow.
Just the special effects.
I think that's a bargain. Man.
It had an original budget, I think, of like 200. Then as it progressed, it got bumped up to 7, and they said the final tally at the end was like 1.2 or something like that million in the special effects.
You gotta think he's coming right off of Escape from New York, so they know he works well with Kurt Russell because they also did the Elvis movie prior to this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He also knows how to do a damn good setting with Escape from New York.
Fun fact: Kurt Russell was the very last person to be cast for this movie. Everyone was cast, and production and shooting had already started before Kurt Russell was cast.
I can't even imagine anyone else in that role, though.
No, not
Bruce
really.
Campbell. Bruce Campbell can do any role in any movie.
That's also
period.
A very fair.
Change my mind.
Fair assessment. All right, so
Charlie's going to change my mind. I can see it on my face.
I'm going.
Bruce Campbell could do Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil. Change my mind.
I thought you were going to say Fifth Element, and I was going to be like, I would pay to see that movie.
Actually, he could do that too.
I think Bruce Campbell could do Mila Jovovich in Fifth Element for sure.
The Notebook would have been way better with Bruce Campbell
as the female lead.
Oh my God, Ryan Gosling and Bruce Campbell in the rain, the kiss scene. God, that'd be so good.
Bruce Campbell should have been Forrest Gump.
That would have been incredible. I keep saying this word, but I'm just, there's no other word. It would have been amazing. It would have been phenomenal. How many Oscars did Forrest Gump win? Double it. That's what would have happened with Bruce Campbell.
just double it. Whatever the number is, double it.
Why didn't Spielberg ever just hire Bruce Campbell?
Couldn't afford him.
I don't know.
You're asking questions I can't answer about something that has nothing to do with the thing.
Oh yeah, this is a hangout, right? This is what we do.
It totally is a hangout. Yeah. Look, if someone clicked on this and hasn't seen the thing, someone in their life failed them. That's all there is.
That's you're right.
Very good point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can I interject here?
Absolutely.
I was that person that introduced the thing to someone recently.
Do tell.
Yes, my 20-year-old niece had, and she's a horror fan, and she's a John Carpenter fan, like big time. Mm-hmm. She has a small shrine to Halloween and has John Carpenter's paid the money for John Carpenter's autograph here recently.
Oh, okay.
So before, well, it was some cash.
Yeah, it was expensive.
So this last summer, before she moved to Pittsburgh, I was trying to get her to watch all of the crazy movies that I want her to see. And her
Mhm.
father was really good about introducing her to all these movies as a very young post-millennial. I don't even know what they were called then anymore. So I introduced her to The Thing for the very first time this summer. We sat down and watched it, and she was just jaw open the entire time because she thoroughly appreciates all the practical effects. She loves all the old stuff. She more than tolerates the Godzilla movies I make her watch, which, which means she doesn't hate them, but she's not like, I might not go watch them. So but that's not neither here nor there. She's wrong. I mean, Godzilla movies, you should watch the
Yeah.
Godzilla movies. So anyway,
Absolutely.
so this is the text, if I may read this,
Absolutely. Go ahead.
that she sent me. I asked her, I knew we were coming on here, so I asked her what she thought of the thing. Carpenter really portrayed the feelings of isolation and hopelessness of the movie. I thought he did a really good job keeping the watcher guessing about who to trust. It was cool how they highlighted the phenomenon of friends turning on one another under duress. Also, the special effects were amazing for the time, good and creepy. The entire time as the watcher, you are so conflicted about who is infected and who isn't. If someone says they aren't infected, well, that makes them more suspicious. And that's what she sent to me.
Right.
And we had a much longer conversation about other things that I would like to get into later. But as an uncle, I'm very proud of myself for exposing this young lady to such a phenomenal film.
Yeah, I guess I should clarify what I said is, younger generation obviously needs to be introduced to this. But mostly what I feel like is our demographic. If you're a subscriber here, you have seen The Thing. You've probably seen The Thing multiple times. I would at least hope so.
Yes.
And it is quite possibly the movie to watch. Even if you like action, sci-fi, horror, anything, it is such this amalgam of almost everything tied into one. Because I mean, hell, we get gunfights, flamethrowers, explosions, massive gore and dread and fear with spaceships and aliens, and it works with with a cast of like 14.
It's panic and fear at its best on the big screen. You are terrified of each other. And one of the things I was talking to Mary about was the Red Scare. And this is a little after the Cold War, or maybe the very
during the Cold War, because you're at the tail end. You're in the early 80s.
This is Reagan era, right? So this is the Cold War, and I think it was back in the 60s in the Kennedy era. Kennedy and Nixon era, that was definitely like, who is your neighbor? Is your neighbor a communist? Is your neighbor a Russian spy? It wasn't so intense in the 80s, but it was still kind of there.
Cocaine.
And cocaine, of course. But I mentioned that to her, and that was a suspiciousness of that was part of the fear of the time. What piled on the terror was that you didn't know your neighbor, you didn't know the person sitting next to you. But then, as I'm listening to the commentary, John Carpenter mentioned that this is also the time that AIDS came around, that AIDS was a thing. AIDS was a real problem in a lot of different communities, and it was spreading outside of those communities because that's what viruses do. Again, piling on to the creature as a virus, and you don't know who you're sitting next to if that person does or does not have AIDS. And that put another weight of difficulty not mean a difficulty, but of terror, of knowledge of how scary this movie was at the time, and probably turned off a lot of people thinking that, well, you just can't trust anyone. You can trust you and your spouse and your children and nobody else. And that in itself is so terrifying.
There's a whole nother layer to that too, that I don't know if everyone gets. Like, only recently have I started understanding a little bit more of what's going on. Is not only is it not knowing who it is, who's infected, who the problem is, you have nowhere to go for safety.
Yeah.
The isolation is
Nowhere.
also,
You're
it's
going to go to
claustrophobic.
one shed to another shed. Like,
Right.
that's your
Right.
options.
But I mean, even to run away, which is what everyone's instinct usually is, fight or flight. And if you can't fight this thing, you run. There was no, like, death is all that is out there for you.
Pick your death.
Yeah. And to go back to what you're saying, where people were like not sure, about the whole who's your neighbor and stuff like that, is you're in what is supposed to be your safe space. Where do you go to feel safe? It literally made people feel unsafe in their own homes. And that kind of relates there. And it's also funny you bring up the AIDS things. We just talked about that on the Fly episode.
Yes.
That they kind of put that onto Cronenberg, even though Cronenberg was like, it's any sickness, but that they really kind of used that as the benchmark for a lot of these, like, type of how a movie made you feel or experience, was, it's like the AIDS epidemic. It's like all these other things that are going on. There's so many different layers to take to it. And this ultimately comes back to, why was this movie a flop? Was because no one took the freaking time to understand the movie they were watching. If they had actually bothered to watch it and not just, oh, it's gross, oh, look, oh, the dog melted, and and explosions. No, how about you actually listen to the movie and understand it? And that's why it's so great now. It's been in home video where we could watch it over and over again. We can dissect it, we can do a podcast about it and break it down to its ultimate core. And now it is a masterpiece, but it wasn't in 1982.
I mean, it was a masterpiece in 1982. Just the audience was not ready for it. So, like, what was
which is a weird thing to
everyone's?
say, but I think that's poignant that the audience wasn't ready for this.
Yes,
Much like Back to the Future, they weren't ready for Johnny B. Good.
Yeah, your kids are going to love this. Apparently, you're not ready for it, which is ultimately what this is the kids loved it. We loved it, and we put it on a pedestal regardless. It's that whole thing of the Renaissance painters and sculptors who weren't revered while they were alive. It was well after their deaths that then people appreciated what they did. Thankfully Carpenter can at least, hear what we have to say, even though sometimes he'll put something out and go, I don't know what's wrong with you people. I just make movies. And then we go, well, yeah, but you made these couple of movies. And he's like, fair enough. We don't have to talk about those. Yeah.
Well, it's like we're talking the early 80s, 82. So
yeah,
this is when slashers are at their heyday.
It's
that's
true.
the type of horror movie that people are used to. And then you have the Tobe Hooper Poltergeist, which is a PG rated horror movie. It's got some terrifying scenes to it. I mean, ripping your own face off, for example. But the thing is definitely outside of the normal during this time period. And I think that's the other mindset you have to put into is people were used to knife goes in, guts come out, not the guts come out and then they start to strangle you. And then after it strangles you, it bites your head off.
Well, also, movies like Poltergeist actually got the use of Steven Spielberg's name,
Yes.
So that kind of helps. That's like stacking the deck for some of these movies and letting some of the other ones
call cheating.
Yeah. And letting others dangle in the wind, and which is, I feel like that's just what happens with John Carpenter, man. It's like he has a name, he has a fan base, but when something doesn't go exactly like what the studio or the fans thought, he gets left out in the wind, that he's left out dangling. And then he got to wait 10, 15 years before people appreciate it. I mean, we did Ghost of Mars. I will still swear I absolutely adore that movie. And even he's like, I don't know what the problem was. He goes, I gave you zombies, heavy metal music, guns, explosions, and gore. What else do you people want? And I'm like, I don't know. I wanted all of that, and I enjoyed every damn minute of it. So, bravo, John Carpenter. I will watch anything you put out, and that's pretty much what it is, because I still watch Escape from L.A., so it's fine. It's totally fine.
So what was everyone's first experience with this movie?
Oh my God. Okay, boy, this is going to be hard to admit to you guys, but I avoided this for a lot of years because I thought it was a gore fest. I thought it was a super gory, like just not even blood splatter, not fun blood splatter like. And I'm not a big fan of zombie films. So that kind of visceral, intestinal gore is not my cup of tea. So for literally decades, I have not been interested in watching this movie. And I finally, I went to the library and they were having a sale on DVDs, and there was John Carpenter's The Thing, the collector's edition, for $1. You're goddamn right. I'm going to buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yes, thank you very much. I was waiting for that.
You're welcome.
So I bought it anyway. So I bought it, and I finally sat down. I'm going to make myself watch this. And it did things to me that I was not expecting. It made me jump for joy with all of the practical effects and all the blood and all the ooey gooeys. But it also legitimately terrified me as far as the uncertainty with all of the members that were out there, all the fellas that were, we didn't know. Again, the Red Scare, the AIDS epidemic, whatever you want to talk, however you want to say it, that is genuinely scary when, people hunker down. They've got bunkers in their backyards so that when they come for their guns, they can't get them. That's a sad, terrified person that thinks that something like that's going to happen. And that's what this movie gave me. It gave me I can't trust anybody and I can't get away. I'm hosed no matter what I decide to do.
Right.
So I was thrilled at the end of that movie that it made me feel feelings. And I hate it when movies make me feel feelings. Damn it.
Nobody makes me feel my feelings.
Oh, on, you pack that down.
Right. I don't bleed my own blood. I don't feel my own feelings. So
push that down to the deep
push it
dark
down.
spot.
Push it down.
Then you pour beer on top of it. You let that beer drown those feelings. Drown those feelings. Beer.
Done. Very good.
There
That
you
is
go.
that was my experience, and I'm embarrassed to say it. I think within the last 4 or 5 years, that's the first time I watched it. So there you go. Oh yeah, it's just I'm man enough to admit that I was stupid.
No one's sitting here saying you're not man enough. It's a weird thing to say.
That's for my wife to say.
That's right. Only Mrs. Pete's allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Well, Nate, before I give you mine, we have gone on about The Thing already through our commercial break. So let's drop our commercial real quick, and we'll come right back to talking about the first time you and I watched it.
All right.
We'll be back following these messages.
Do you like horror movies?
Do you like hanging out with your friends?
Do you like having a laugh?
Do you like podcasts?
Well, you should check out our podcast, Spoils of Horror.
We're not a review show.
We're a horror movie hangout where we talk about movies that are lost, forgotten, popular, and bizarre, all in the scary realm.
You can listen to our podcast while you're doing just about anything.
You could be washing your dishes.
You could be washing your cat.
You could be washing your genitals. All forms of genitals accepted.
We are a fully inclusive genitalia show.
Yes, we are the #1 ideal podcast for washing your genitals.
Our genital Yelp reviews are unsurpassed.
5.5 stars.
You don't want to know where that half came from. It's,
Now that you know that, check us out on all major platforms.
you can search for Spoils of Horror on all social media sites.
Come and hang out with us. We'd love to see you.
And your genitals.
Bye.
From John Carpenter's The Thing, now the ultimate in alien terror is in the palm of your hand.
Palmer, he's turning into a thing. Quick, windows. Blast him with the flamethrower.
Oh no, he's got windows.
Real alien ooze.
Oh no, he's getting away.
But R.J. McCready won't let him escape.
Hey, where's Blair?
The Thing action figures come with everything you see here. Each figure sold separately from Hasbro.
Hello! Welcome to 100 Horrors, a comedy podcast that seeks to rank the best 100 horror films of all time, as dictated to us by a poster that one of us owns.
Every week, we bicker over another film in an attempt to give it an overall scare factor and secure its place in the 100 Horrors list.
With features such as... But at least I won't die like that. And...
What would you say to them at the funeral?
We take a light-hearted approach to horror cinema so that it can be enjoyed by even the most squeamish of listeners.
So whether you're the person who's never seen a horror film in their life, or the person who has a tattoo of Leatherface on the right arse cheek, there's something to be enjoyed in every episode of 100 Horrors.
Welcome back.
Wait, I need Thing action figures now. For those, go on YouTube, literally type in the Thing toy commercial.
I keep getting Fantastic Four ones when I do that.
How has Super 7 not taken the ball with this one and run?
I have a NECA McCready.
Yeah, I got one of those.
That's sexy. Yeah,
it's flamethrower.
So that's my bitch right now. Is I got the flamethrower one, which is awesome. It comes with all these extra accessories. It has the dynamite. It has the little the petri dish
blood
with
sample.
the blood jumping up
awesome.
out of it. But guess what? It doesn't come with, Pete. His freaking hat. They made a second McCready
with
so
the
you
hat
would get the
and
hat.
a shotgun. The two things I want.
Yeah,
they want you to buy two figures.
That's it. But damn it,
is it the hat, the sunglasses,
the big floppy hat,
the big floppy hat, and a bottle of J&B?
Ooh, I don't know. Do I have the J&B in mine? All right. So Charlie's first time watching The Thing was right after my dad decided it was okay for me to watch R-rated monster movies, which I've said on here before I was probably 14 or 15. My first one was Deep Star 6, which I have a story for. I'm saving for when we do that one. But I mean, we went through them all, like Leviathan, just anything that was a monster and it was gory. And I remember when Dad put on The Thing, I was not prepared. This thing, I was glued to the television. The gore blew me away. And like, I didn't get obviously at that age, you're not going to get all the subtext in this movie. But at the end, I still come away with, this is probably the greatest special effects, like monster movie I have ever seen in my young life. So it was phenomenal.
I had that same reaction to Jurassic Park as a kid, though.
Well, I expect that with Jurassic Park. Honestly, I probably had the same feeling when I first watched Jurassic Park. That brontosaurus rocking across the field, man.
Yeah,
feels
like that's one of those moments of just like, holy crap. Because I remember being like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old when that came out and seeing it in theaters.
What was it, 94 when that came out, or 92?
93, something like that. I remember specifically, though, my Nana and Papa went and saw it and then told my mom and dad not to take me to go see it because it'd be too scary for me because of my age. But I still got to go see it in theaters.
Those raptors were pretty badass.
It was pretty frightening.
Clever girl.
I'll tell you right now, that kitchen scene still holds up.
It totally holds up, man.
Still one of the scariest
Terminator
scenes ever made.
Absolutely. And this kind of goes right along with that, is because Dad had just introduced me right about that age time to like R-rated monster movies, was also the first time I got to watch Carnosaur, which is an R-rated dinosaur movie.
It's real dumb.
And then watch Carnosaur 2 right after. I'm with Sludge. They are some of my favorite movies. I love the Carnosaur movies.
They're real dumb and real good.
Yes.
There's
all
nothing
of that.
good about those movies, but they're super entertaining.
I was like, there's nothing good about them. So good.
Yes. Yes, all of that for sure.
Nate, what's your first time watching whatever the movie we're doing? The Thing.
Like
That's it.
Pete, like Pete, I was a bit late to the party.
Y'all late bloomers.
Probably 10 or 12 years ago is whenever I got my first apartment.
Damn.
Yeah, I finally got to sit down, watch it. The main reason being, though, like, this was one of those movies they never showed on cable.
Mm.
You know?
I think you're right there.
This was one of those movies that I do not have any recollection of ever having a moment to see. Nor do I ever really recall, like, it being available at the movie store. Probably because everyone stole it.
Probably.
You know?
Is that a real?
Like, I feel like that's probably what happened.
I know where he grew up, so it's probably a very fair
like,
statement.
we had one copy of the Thing, and it got stolen. So now no one gets to enjoy the Thing except for the person that stole it, who used a dummy account to create an account with us. I remember being like, why have I not seen this? Big Trouble in Little China, like, was my childhood. Same with, like, you know, seeing the Halloween movies in high school. Like,
right.
John Carpenter was a huge impact on me. Escape from New York, all those. But the Thing slipped by me. I'm glad when I finally did see it, you know. But it's as I've seen it, like I said, this is a once a year watch with the winter season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
It still terrifies me. Like, it still creeps me out. It still makes me feel uneasy. It's very hard for a movie to make you feel just uncomfortable. And that's what this movie does, even when there's not gore on the screen. It's just the fact of everyone is arguing with one another. These are people that were working together one day prior, and now they're at each other's necks. Now you have Wilford Brimley throwing an axe and, like, trying to shoot everyone because he knows after running the computer tests, hey, if this thing makes it to land, you have 1,100 days, and then humanity is wiped out. So he, to me, is, like, completely in the right of reacting the way he does, because that is total fear taking over. That is complete, not madness, but, like, I have to do what no one else is willing to do right now, because if not, humanity's at stake.
He's a hero. I mean,
and he's punished for it. Because he is prime suspect at that point. Yet once you watch this enough, you realize he's probably one of the few last ones that held out till
till the very end.
One of them went over there and got. Now I do have to say, I think they got him earlier than we think, or there's a time passage here that we don't really put together, because unless that alien could, like, melt ice and dig really good, Wilford Brimley had a whole ass workshop and an almost built alien spaceship under that shed.
Well, that's one of the things this movie does well, is the time passages where it lets you know, like, well, the lights went out, and then, you know, this is happening, you know, like.
But I feel like that would have took a lot longer. But maybe the alien had some kind of acid ability that I didn't know about, because you go down there and the drill press is set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He literally, there's an oxyacetylene, and there's not enough oxyacetylene in that torch to melt all the ice he needed to, and then keep going back up and down, because that's all like locker panels on the top of the ship, because he's using only what he can find in that, you know, in and around the compound. So I like finding little things like that. It'll never, you know, detract from the movie for me. But you're also like, man, that dude's been busy, real busy out there.
Yeah. Well, after he's like, I'd like to go back in now. I am now sane. And then, like, they're like, nope, we're gonna still leave you in this shed. And he's just like, well, screw it.
Yeah, and you know what?
As
a kid, never fazed me at all seeing that scene. When I got older and I noticed the noose hanging in the work shed.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, wow, that's like the moment, like that may have been the moment when the alien took him over. He was probably about ready to do that. He's like, I'm not going to let the alien get to me. This is my last resort. And then the alien got him, which is why he's like, I feel better now. Let me back in, you know. But yeah, as a kid, totally above my head. Now you're just like, well, that's super freaking dark in a movie that's already dark. but it's isolation. It's, there is no escape. There is nowhere to go. I mean, even to the point where McCready says it in the movie. He's like, well, we're not getting out of this alive, but it ain't either, basically. That's their plan.
You would hope.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's,
it was buried in the ice for millions of years.
Right.
Is it the only one? And
See,
on that ship?
There are so many other ways you could take this of, is this the only thing that landed? Is that the only one that was in the ship?
Yeah, was this a total fluke of it, happening upon Earth?
Right. Yeah. So there's so many different ways that you yourself as the audience can infer into this movie and just take it in 1,000 different directions, and that's why it's also why it's probably one of the better endings. This, as they've even said, was probably one of the most difficult movies to end. John Carpenter had an idea to end it at the explosion of the final monster and just roll credits, boom, roll credits. Nothing with McCready.
That would work. Yep.
Well, what it was too happy and people didn't like it. The studio didn't like it. And so they did another one where McCready goes back inside and retests his blood to prove basically to the audience he is not the one that has it, and it infers that Childs possibly has it. And nobody liked that one. So they said there was like 5 different endings, but they settled on the one where it's just McCready and Childs outside in the cold talking to each other, and basically it's like, this is the end. There's nothing else for us to do. Because Childs is like, the fires are going to go out. This won't last very long. And then what? There's no shelter. There's nowhere for us to go, and no one is coming.
Such a haunting ending because, like, I don't know. I remember always growing up, it's like you don't want to get trapped in the snow. You don't want to get like left outside in the cold. If not, you'll get turned into Casper. So like,
yeah.
Oh no.
Or Jack Torrance from The Shining. Where
exactly.
Frozen outside. So you always have that going on. As kids, we had really weird fears. Like quicksand, dynamite, which this movie had, freezing to death.
You have the 2 like strongest characters that are left, where it's like, nope, neither one of these guys are gonna make it out alive either. Like,
no. And this is one of the things. So I've watched some like decent good mystery movies or like whodunit movies, where someone's really had to think it through, plot it all out, and try to distract the viewer to where there's always that little red herring. This is one of those movies that while there are little tidbits of that, it doesn't need it. This is literally nobody knows who could possibly
it doesn't like
the
give
thing.
you like a wink and a nod as an audience member. You just are like,
there
maybe
are no clues.
Yeah, you're along for the ride.
Right.
You are experiencing as close as you can to what they're experiencing right then and there.
And that's what makes it really scary.
That is.
It makes it so you're part of that crew, even though you're not there and you don't know who, what, where.
You don't know who to trust.
It's brilliant.
It's probably the most well done of those type of whodunit movies. It is what I wish more people could pull off, but unfortunately, if you do that, it's going to be, you're just ripping off the thing. You're
the
just
only
ripping
thing that
this off.
comes close is Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, and even Tarantino said it's directly inspired by The Thing.
Well, it also had Kurt Russell in it and a lot of snow, and
you're stuck in
love
one
that movie.
Man, that's in my queue. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Pete, come on, man. Oh.
I know. Hey, you haven't seen a lot of crazy shit I've seen.
I know, but I also see what you post sometimes. So there's some movies where you're like, why am I watching this? Now I'm going to be like, well, you could have watched it late.
You have a very good point, sir.
I know I do.
Wait till February.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, we're going to have to announce that pretty soon. Screw it. Might as well do it now. We are scheduled up through January, which gets us through my birthday month and our 2-year anniversary. So we will have, we've got episodes all
2
planned out.
years. You're
2
old.
years, yeah, that we've been doing this. And so we didn't do anything in February, and we got the bright idea to let Pete off the leash.
Well, it's mainly punishment because of the movie that we picked for our 2-year anniversary that Pete will be sitting in on. He has no choice.
This is true. You have to be here for it. But I feel like we still had something. We were going to give Pete more picks. Somehow he got the entire month.
Because it's the shortest month of the year.
It is, but not as far as podcast releases, though. That's
true. Still 4 releases.
Somehow I didn't read the fine print on this little contract, but Pete is picking 2 action and 2 horror movies.
Yes, I
from
am.
his repertoire, and Nate and I have no idea what they are, and we won't find out for a while. So.
I have a reminder to tell you what the first one is tomorrow, but I still might not do that.
I feel like even that's too soon. Like I feel like wait till January.
Well, remember how our schedule is. We will have to know kind of like mid-January.
I know.
But I meant our recording schedule, Nate. But just a little FYI for all the people out there. So, well, guys, I think the next segment we do for this will allow us to just continue talking about some of our favorite parts of this movie. So
Yes,
what do you say we just go ahead and knock out the body count for this movie?
Yeah.
All right. Well, for probably one of the bloodiest, gooeyest movies till even, movies like Brain Dead and Evil Dead and stuff like that. This doesn't have a huge body count, but we're back into that quality instead of quantity. There is a body count of 12 for The Thing. With a cast of 14, that's pretty good.
And we know 2 are going to die later on, so.
Yeah, but we don't count them. There's still that ambiguity.
It wasn't on screen, yeah.
It wasn't
on
on
screen.
screen.
I don't want them to get rescued because of the risk.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's what it comes down to. The risk is too high for them to get rescued, which is why they make it so like Windows is never able to raise anyone on the radio. Like there are a lot. I mean, for people don't understand, there's quite a few people on Antarctica. There are, science stations of the multiple countries there. And they usually stay in radio contact, which is also kind of funny that they didn't stay in radio contact with the Norwegians. Like they only just kind of knew about them.
Away,
yeah. They were an hour away, and you guys have never communicated at all.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Of anything in this movie, that's the most far-fetched, I think, in the entire.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah,
but
Antarctica, as of 2018, has a population of 1,106.
That's a lot of people for Antarctica.
On Antarctica, wow.
Yeah,
that's basically my hometown.
But did Metallica actually play Antarctica? You remember when they did that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they actually did play it.
I remember right.
That. Yeah. They made a
huge to get to.
Yeah, they made a huge deal about it. And, it's all
Good
for the
for them.
spectacle.
Oh,
but
sure.
I only say that because new Metallica song came out, so it's fresh in my mind.
The new album came out, right?
Yeah. New single
announced.
with a album's been announced.
No, okay.
Yep. All right. Well, 12. So now we do.
Now we gotta figure out our kill of the week.
This is really difficult. Yeah.
There's a lot of memorable ones here.
Yeah. So here we go.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
All right, as per custom, Pete. Unless you're going to sit here and agonize on us forever.
No. I have my.
You have a clear winner. Oh,
I have a very clear winner, and it's not because of what you think.
Okay.
The very first person that dies is a Norwegian. He gets shot. Well, okay.
Second Norwegian.
Right. The helicopter pilot, but the guy that gets shot as he's trying to kill the dog.
Yep.
and he gets the dude that shot him through the window is a crack shot. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Hits him
Yeah,
through
he
the
is.
eye and out the back of his head. It was like he shot once, right? Bang,
One
done.
shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill.
Yes.
Why was that my favorite kill? Is because that it's the most sad death, because he was trying to save everyone. And he can't even tell the story so that these folks can find out how to stop this invasion, this virus from spreading all over the world. And it's heartbreaking, but only after you've watched this movie at least once, because you don't know how important that death is until the end of the film, when you realize that, oh shit, this is going to destroy the world.
They just see a maniac shooting
They
at a
s-
dog and shooting
Yes.
at them,
Yes.
and he's speaking a foreign language, so they have no idea what's
They're
going on around
speaking
them.
their native language. They don't know what the hell's going on, and they like, we got to put this dude down. He's out of his mind.
But even on the first viewing, it is still a shocking death, because it is just boom, it happens.
Boom,
You know,
done.
like you said, because it's the one shot through
Mhm.
and they don't hide the fact that it went through his eye, because he's
Oh, yeah.
laying on the table later, and it's
Mhm.
yeah, that was like right at the side of the bridge of the nose,
Yep.
through his eye, out the back of his head. It's
He
amazing.
even twitched as he fell to the
Oh,
ground.
he does. He does
Yeah,
flop.
he does a
Yes.
little bleh. And
Yes.
so there might not
That's
be
true. Like,
creepiest-
that's one of those deaths where, like, that feels more real. Instead of a man doing a Jurassic fallback, that feels like one of those ones that, I've inadvertently came across on the internet.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I wasn't supposed
Right.
to see that. Not
Yeah.
the guy that gets ready to throw a grenade and it slips out of his gloved hand and blows up the helicopter and himself.
Now that's also a good death.
That was a great death, but for completely different reasons.
Right. So
that's the Looney Tune moment.
That's my kill of the week, because of how impactful that was, and how, if they had been able to communicate with him, they might have prevented all of this from happening.
It all would have been solved at that point, but awesome. That
He
was an
picked
out
a
of
very
nowhere.
highbrow one. I did not expect that. So, Charlie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No one,
What are you going for?
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition from Pete.
No
for
one
sure.
That's awesome. Well, Pete snorted. It was
I
great.
did. I'm sorry. I'll mute myself.
You're fine. Well, I am. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm busting out an asterisk. So instead of being like, well, I have my favorite kill and then I have my runner up, I'm not doing that. But my kill is 2 kills.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
I think I know what's going to be.
Yeah, my favorite, and has always been, when Palmer, when they're all tied up on the chair and it's revealed that he's the one, and he goes into convulsions, and the top half of his body rips open.
It's so good.
And then he bites down on Window's head, and they are one freaking
Ragdoll.
being
Yes,
dancing. So it's 2 kills. It's Palmer and
It's so
Windows.
good.
But my God, I love every second of that. And it is drug out. It is just the whole effect of his face melting before it rips open to show the teeth. And like, why is Windows standing so close to this dude? He jumps up on the ceiling. I mean, it's just all this chaos.
All while he's holding the flamethrower.
All while he's holding the only working flamethrower.
Because Kurt Russell won't turn his off.
Well, McCready, like, the more I thought about it, going, if McCready had actually had his work, Windows was still going to die because he was right behind the monster.
Nothing you can do, dude.
The visual of when the legs are in the air like nobody cares, and they're dancing around the floor, and blood and guts everywhere. That, sir, is my kill of the week.
Well
with
done.
An asterisk.
Approved.
That's a 2-for-1 right there.
Mhm.
It is.
Nate, what is your kill of the week?
So I always get everyone mixed up except for like Windows, Childs, McReady,
Yeah.
but Norris stands out. But I think it was Bennings. He
The
is
bald
the
one?
one that looks at them with just like dead eyes and opens his mouth.
Oh, out in the snow
Out
when
in
they're
the
all like
snow.
surrounding
the first
him.
guy that was like his arms were
Yes, he lifts up his
Transformed.
hands
Yeah.
and like they look like crab claws almost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And just it is so horrifying that look he gives them.
Yeah, that's it.
And then
Just
that
haunting.
sound. Like
Haunting.
that is one of the scariest deaths ever put on
That
film.
is a terrifying scene.
Yeah.
Like I remember as a kid being like, this wave is coming over top of you, and you can't really explain it. That death is the one that did it for me. Everything else was just like, what's going on? That one is drawn out, and it's cultish. Like everyone's standing around in a circle around it, watching this happen.
And they finally make the
and they
decision
don't
of like,
quite know what to do, and then
we have to kill him. Like,
and then you
and
hmm
dumping of the gasoline, burning him.
Ah.
And like what I love about this movie is every character in this movie is smart. None of these people are annoying. None of these people are, over exaggerated. They're all very, very smart individuals.
Yes.
And
well, they're all scientists from what we understand.
You
Yes,
don't
maybe-
get
and-
assigned to Antarctica without being a smart person.
They're already piecing together that something is not normal when they go to the other campsite and bring back one of the bodies that has a split mutated face. They're already like, all right, we have to do an autopsy. Something is not making sense. When the dogs start to mutate, they already know, like McReady's already like, you got to kill it. Fire, don't know what's going on, but kill it. So when they see that one of their friends that they have been stationed with for who knows how long, and knowing that he is now turned, and it's just like, we got no choice but to do this.
I think that the intelligence of these people, unquestionable, is really makes this even more terrifying because, as armchair horror fans, we sit back and like, don't go up into the attic. Don't go into the basement. There's a car over there. Use the car and get the hell out of there.
We're not yelling at the screen.
Right. These people are brilliant folks because they've been stationed there. They might have some baggage coming along with them.
Everybody's got demons. Yeah.
Right. But there's a reason these people want to be solitary and don't want to be connected to society for extended periods of time. But they're so smart, and they still screw up. As we, the audience, look at it like, oh, well, this is very easy to do. Everyone gets a blood test. Just line up. And these people will not do it for whatever reason. It's so frustrating as these very intelligent people start being very human, and they're no longer acting with common sense, or as you and I would perceive common sense. Like, okay, line up. Let's just get this done. If you don't have this in your blood,
here's one of the things.
What's the big deal?
They do the entire movie. No one denies what is happening to them, and I think that is so powerful because any other movie would have it towards like, oh, this can't be real, man. No way, this is happening. Like. Any zombie movie, right? There's always tons of deniers, but every single character in this is recognizing like, nope, this is a thing. They all mention it as a thing, and they all realize there's something that needs to be done with it.
It's hard to discount that when they all see it right away. I mean, pretty much in the dog cage, they see it.
But it's like any other horror movie. You could have people see that and be like, well, that didn't happen. That wasn't real. That was,
right. You're right. You're right, Nate. Some dingo is going to say, "Oh, that's not happening," even if they see it with their own eyes.
Right.
These folks are all very intelligent. Goes like, "What is going on here? We got to survive this." Mm-hmm.
That this movie could have cheaped out and only had like one or two people notice that something was afoot, that something wasn't quite right, and everyone else is a naysayer, and it makes them out to be crazy. and then they become the suspects as the movie goes on. Instead, everyone witnesses the first major transformation of the alien when it's in the dog cage.
And then the second one with their comrade out there getting crab fingers.
Yeah, so they all see
There's
it
no
100%.
doubt what's going on, and they have to deal with it.
To your thought earlier was what this movie doesn't do is, and it's kind of weird to say this because there wasn't a lot of horror movies that we're used to seeing now, but what we would usually call horror movie tropes, where they're making the dumb mistakes, where they're not thinking clearly. This is a movie where they are thinking clearly. They are thinking logically through the stuff. They're going to do the blood test, and then the alien has to sabotage it before they can do the thing that was going to tell everyone what was going on. But they weren't going to, set it on fire. They were going to stick it under a microscope because they're scientists. Instead, they got to MacGyver it and do the red hot wire to cause it to happen. But it's all logical things. Like they never go, let's split up. They always try to stay at least groups. Yeah. I mean, they do try to stay in the groups of two, which doesn't fare well for McCready later. But they at least try to do the logical things that us as viewers can't argue with. So there's never this moment of don't go in that room, McCready.
Exactly.
We don't know what's in that room either. That may be the safest place to go. We have no idea what's happening, just like them. And their decisions are the decisions we would be making in a situation like that. This movie's deep, guys. And I know it sounds like there seems like so much we didn't talk about.
There is, but we only got so much time.
Yeah, this would have to be a 2-parter or a 3-hour episode, and it's already late.
Nobody wants to hear us prattle on for 3 hours. That's for
Which
sure.
we could easily do. This is probably the furthest we've ever been between.
You don't want to be seduced by this seductive voice for another 2 hours.
Well,
we have that delicious beard of yours, Nate. It's coming in nice. Look at that.
We are just coming off of our break, so I have missed you guys.
Fun fact, all of my facial hair decisions are based off of Kurt Russell. When I did my mustache, it was off the Hateful Eight. I remember Googling it. How long did it take him to get that mustache? Then I followed the same pattern.
Yeah. Which is really close to his Tombstone mustache, too. So, it works out really well. All right, boys. Not that this is going to be any big stretch. And again, Nate is throwing all of our bangers out, but we got to rate this bad boy. So it's machete time.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Woo!
Well, Pete, what are you rating this bad boy?
I don't remember what I rated Evil Dead 2.
I think a 10.
I'm pretty sure you did a 10.
So I'm going to do
a 9 or
10.
10.
I'm going to do 9.5 only because there ain't nothing better than Evil Dead 2.
You rated The Fly at a 10.
You did.
Did I?
Yep.
All right, 10.
Done.
This is on the Mount Rushmore of horror films.
I literally told a coworker that today.
It's up and I don't know how big. I don't know how many statues I have on this Mount.
We have
Rushmore
it's a mountain
Rushmore.
range.
I thought you only get 4.
No,
it's
it's a
like
mountain range.
There is
if it's
there
like
is
the
that
thing, then it does mutate out.
Yeah,
but this is a masterpiece. Go watch it, please. Go watch it.
Well, Charlie, what about you?
It's a disservice to give it anything but a 10.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's actually pretty fair.
This is quite possibly one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
You're not wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
and we're in. We're not alone in this. This movie has thankfully gotten the respect and honor it deserves. The credit, every bit of it. There's a reason. There's multiple podcasts doing episodes about The Thing, and it's most other movies pale in comparison. Now, we have hit some bangers within like 3 months right now, thanks to Nate. But it also shows that we can appreciate quality. And I'm not comparing The Thing to Evil Dead. I have to compare The Thing as what it is,
Correct.
and the movie it is, and the Evil Deads and the Flies and all this stuff. So yeah, it can't be anything less than a 10. Nate,
I'm right there with everyone. It's another 10.
I kind of figured it.
With The Fly in this, like the dread, the acting when Kurt Russell is talking into that tape recorder and just talking about like, well, if you're hearing this, like something has happened, and just like that acting, that isolation there is amazing.
Absolutely.
This movie is also why I'll never visit Antarctica. I've got no desire after this movie. Just to be on the safe
British
side.
Columbia, so
Not visiting there now. Thanks, Pete. That's 2 on my list now.
It was filmed in several different places.
Yeah. They had a place in Alaska and British Columbia, and then
and
a
on
soundstage.
the soundstage in Los Angeles.
They were not ever in Antarctica, but there is a to placate sludge. There is a was it Area 31 in the MonsterVerse?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah. It says Area 30, which is where
Outpost 31.
Outpost 31 is. It's a direct reference to the thing in, and I forget. I don't know if that was Ghidra or something. Anyway, I'm going to get yelled at for that for sure.
This game inspired a cool video game back in the day on like the original Xbox and PlayStation 2. The Thing.
That was a bitchin' game. I remember that one.
You had to control your fear. When The Thing,
oh my god, yes,
board game came out, I instantly had to buy that. Like,
why are we not coming over to your place to play that, dude?
Because it's very complicated.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I feel like I need to watch a YouTube playthrough, but I remember like trying to play through it. It's a cool idea where it's like the lights can go out and someone can then turn into the thing, and still.
I got a buddy who's a not a professional board gamer, but a more than an enthusiast. So
let him do it.
Talk.
It's got a really cool
talk.
concept.
Let's talk.
But man, like this is probably the best John Carpenter movie, and a man that has a huge resume.
Them some strong words, son.
I think it is, like especially after rewatching.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying those are strong words.
Like this is one of those rare movies that just the feelings that I get, I can't describe when watching it, and I feel like that alone is a testament.
It's a different kind of horror. It's not. I'm afraid for my life. It's a horror like I've said it a number of times. I can't trust anyone.
He says it to us all the time in the group chat too, so it's totally fine.
It's constantly he's accusing one of us.
Different reason I say those things.
Can't trust anyone. Well, no, Pete, you were supposed to be here tonight. No, I don't trust you anymore.
There was
I got here
one thing that I didn't think was going to be possible, but I was kind of surprised at how many trash opinions there were.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I smash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
It's been so long, I forgot you did this. So please Nate.
But to our listeners, we never left.
Nope.
Oh, right. This is seamless, huh?
Like a glove. So this comes from S. Cartwright, who gave this 1 out of 5 and said, "You are all kidding me." And this is back in 2021. So very recent.
Like last. Oh, man.
Yeah. October of 2021. They watched this in the spooky season. So they said, "I originally had this film on VHS, but I haven't seen it in years until I just recently purchased it here at Amazon on DVD. I do remember I didn't particularly care for the film when I last saw it, but with all the positive reviews I read here, I thought maybe I would give it another shot. Turns out my memory was correct. This is a terrible movie. I love horror films, especially films like Alien series or Species, but this film is tedious and boring. They just keep slapping gore at you, hoping this will scare you, but it is just annoying. I really like Kurt Russell, and I really like the late Wilford Brimley, and have always liked John Carpenter's films, but not this one. If you want to see a better version of this film, try the 1951 The Thing from Another World. I know it's in black and white, but it also has one of James Arnes's early films. He plays the alien, and that film I really enjoyed. Despite its age, I am a big movie buff, and I have a personal library of over 2,200 movies and TV series, most on DVD, here at home. I've been collecting for years now, and I've already dumped this DVD into my going to Goodwill box. If you value your time and money, go with the original 1951 version. It may not be scary. It most certainly more interesting to watch. Better yet, pull out your copy of Aliens and rewatch it and save your $10 on something more worthwhile, like maybe a down payment on getting a root canal, because that would be more worth your time and money.
My goodness.
There's some brutal reviews of this movie, guys, that I was shocked by.
Like contemporary reviews.
Hey, they're a horror buff, though, so what do we know?
They have 2,000 movies.
They have 2,000 movies.
2,000,
I've only got like 60 some, so they know more. They big, we small.
I will decide later, as during editing, whether I put in the Billy Madison. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And we are all stupider for listening to it.
We are all
do that, and then splice. Then right after that, do boo this man.
Yeah. May God have mercy on your soul. No, that is the trash opinion right there.
This is somebody that I kind of want
the trash opinion of 2022.
I kind of want to follow this guy and see.
You know what?
Can I respond to those?
I don't.
Right.
Even watching this during, it was either 2020 or 2021. It was one of the COVID years. It was really effective. You know?
Yeah. Isolation, not knowing who has a disease, who doesn't, there's a lot of parallels that go into this, man. All right, boys. Well, that's our trash opinion.
That's our show.
That's our show. Nate, that upset Nate so much he's done. He threw his notebook. It's gone. And like I said, there's so much more. Like, honestly, this is one of those few movies that in a year or two we could do the thing revisit and talk about everything we didn't talk about tonight. I mean, that's literally how much this movie gives to us and how important this movie is to the genre.
I'm game. I would totally do that.
So, all right. Well, everybody, we're heading right into the Christmas season. Christmas is just around the corner. So this is our Nate's version of Christmas, apparently, because he's still kind of in his emo phase, but we'll let him be fine.
Christmas.
This is Nate's Christmas. But if you want to see all the other Christmas goodies we got going on, check us out over at Give Me Back My Horror Movies on Facebook. Give Me Back My Action Movies on Facebook. Both of us on Instagram under the same handles, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. You can find us pretty much anywhere. We'll be posting regularly. I've already updated the action side for this festivities and holiday. So we will be getting some bangers out. And next week for the action side, you won't be shocked when you see what we're covering for our Christmas episode this year, but I'm looking forward to it. So please remember to go check out all the other fantastic shows on the Give Me Back My Podcast network. We have our very own Pete does his show Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where they watch bad movies that aren't always bad, like Spawn. And
I knew that was coming. We got a bone to pick with you. I knew that was coming. Talk about the movie till like an hour into that episode.
Yeah,
because
what
there's nothing to talk about.
There was
at least let me know what's bad about it.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it's been years since I've seen it. I don't remember if it's good or not.
I watched it this year. It's good. I don't care what you guys. Don't you know me? You don't know me, sir. It's on the list for the action show. So if you can look over that episode, most of their other ones are really good and really informative and quite enjoyable. Also, please go check out Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the Monster Movie Stomp Down.
Yes.
Plenty of fantastic content out there for everyone to listen to fill your ear holes for the Christmas holidays. So, gentlemen, we did the thing. That's another banger. I'm looking at our list. We've got some good ones, but I think we're at the top of the mountain here right now, boys.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here. And
we'll
then I
see
say
what-
in 2023 we only do trash.
But we're gonna go back up in February. Oh, these are gonna be
according
some
to
good
Pete,
movies.
we're going to go back up to the stratosphere. So
Oh,
we're
I
looking
can't wait.
forward to it. Hopefully, we still have the same listenership afterwards, and we'll be in good shape. So, all right, guys, we're back. We're back together. We're recording. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas to everyone. Nate, get us out of here with a good word, brother.
Now I'll show you what I already know.
Now, let's talk about how I get back home.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of record. The storm's been hitting us hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on. One other thing. I think it rips through your clothes when it takes you over. Windows found some shredded long johns, but the name tag was missing. They could be anybody's. Nobody trusts anybody now. We're all very tired. Nobody trusts anybody now. There's nothing else I can do. Just wait. R.J. McCready, helicopter pilot, U.S. Outpost number 31.